Queen Try, this coach right here. I want to talk about don't be his therapist. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because I noticed somebody commented on one of my videos. I think there's something in an email or either they commented and they were saying about they are with this guy and they thinking about getting married, but the guy has some type of issue, emotional, mental problem that you know that cause problems in the relationship. And she wanted to know should she marry him. And first of all, I want to say this right here. That's a personal decision you gotta make. But I want y'all to understand this right here. You know, before you even get serious with a man, you gotta date this man, get to know this man, take your time. If you see anything like about this man that he had father wounds, he had some type of emotional wounds that is causing him to not love you correctly or is causing problems in your relationship, something that went on in his past and that he's have a problem with coping with love and all this type of stuff, emotional, mental issues. um this is where women go wrong at. Instead of a woman cutting off with the man, women will try to be a man therapist. And then one, because I understand, let me say this here, I understand you're a woman and you like to fix things, you're a nurturer, and by nature you like to fix stuff. I get that. I understand that. And you just want to help this man because you're a woman and you want to you want to fix it. But when you see these things in dating, you have to say, listen, I'm sorry about what you've been through. I understand it. But, before we go any further with this relationship, I suggest that you get therapy. You see what I'm saying? You need to go see the therapist. If you don't want to go get help, if you don't want to go get therapy, and then you got to back off because that is not your job to be his therapist. You're supposed to be his girlfriend, and if y'all get married, his wife. You know, somebody that supports him and support his dreams and vision, to speaking to him. But it's not your job as a woman to fix this man's life. When you meet a man and you start dating a man, he's supposed to be already healed and whole from his past, how he was raised, how he was brought up. And it go both ways. If a man watching just inverted, and women, the same thing applies to you. Before you get involved with somebody, you got to get therapy and you got to heal two people, men and women. This is one thing that causing problems in relationships because people are getting married and they still have that baggage. They still carrying that baggage, that luggage from their past, all the pain that they have from their parents wasn't there for them, their mama wasn't there for them, their daddy wasn't there for them, and they get into a relationship and they want their significant other to be a therapist, and you're not trained to be a therapist. You're supposed to be his girlfriend. You're supposed to be her boyfriend. You go both ways. But 90% of my followers are women, so I gotta address the majority. But it go both ways. You understand? And this is why I don't suggest that you be a man therapist. And when you see a man that he may have potential, he may have some good things about him, but he's not fully developed, or mentally he's not there mentally, and he got some mental issues of his past that causing him not to be able to love you right. Listen, you got to back off because if you don't back off, you're going to get emotionally so tired. See, you could never have sex with a man and still be soul tied. That's an emotional soul tie. And women do this all the time. They will. I have coached women that they say they never slept with a man, but and the man let them know he don't want them, he don't want to be with them, and they say like, I couldn't let go. And I tell them, because you are emotionally soul tied. They say, Coach Rod, I never slept with him. I never slept with him. You are emotionally soul tied. You can be emotionally soul tied to a person, and you never sleep with them. Yeah, it's valuable. If you read the story of um, David and Jonathan, I believe David and Jonathan, yeah, the Bible said that their soul was knit together, and they never slept with each other, but they developed a bond where they soul was knit together. You see what I'm saying? And that what happened when you spend time with somebody on the phone, when y'all talking. And you got to realize you're a woman, and if that man can stimulate your mind, if that man can hold a good conversation, now you so tired. Now you with a man who struggle with arrested development, who's not all the way there, and then now throughout the whole relationship, you trying to help this man heal, and that is not your responsibility as a woman. If a man watching, the same thing go to the men. That is not your responsibility as a man to help that person heal. They need to go see a therapy. So when you're dating somebody and you pick up the past hurt and pain, and they're telling you how they was raised, and my mama did this, my daddy did this, and I never fully recovered, and then that's the time for you to say, you know what, let's hold off on this here, and you go see a therapist. Go see a therapist. Get healed, get whole, then come back. If I'm still single and available, we can do this over again. You see what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay to walk away. But the majority of women in this generation are infatuated with the idea of being married. And they can sit right here and overlook the red sign, the red flags, and then they make excuses for the man. Well, he told me he never had his daddy in his life, and he's still traumatized by that. And you sitting up making excuses for the man. Excuse me. Coach Rod, I'm struggling with a cough, man. Y'all gotta excuse me. If I drink my tea while I'm talking, just take it for love, man. I don't edit my videos. It's raw and real. I'm a human being, so I ain't gotta edit no stuff out, make myself perfect. You see what I'm saying? But that's when you gotta step back and say, hey, listen, I understand what you've been through. You gotta go get some help. Don't try to be a man therapist. That way women go wrong at. And then if you be a man therapist that have mental challenges, that have mental health issues, you're not trained for that. And then if you continue to date this man and try to be his therapist, you're going to go need to see a therapy. You see what I'm saying? Anybody that have any type of mental health issues, and I have coach clients who are with a man who is bipolar, and she just, but y'all got to realize, you cannot continue once you find out these things about these people. You cannot continue to date these people and then marry these people trying to fix their lives. That is not your calling. If you're not a therapist, you're not trained to do that. You got to tell them, hey, listen, you go and get help. I see right now you're not fully developed. You're not fully, and this not going to work. But it takes a person who has self-love. It takes a person who has self-value to do that. It takes a person who's not infatuated with the ideal of being married. And they're willing to do anything and everything to get a man and keep a man. So ladies, when you're dating a man, don't try to be his therapist. If he's not mentally stable in his mind, if you see he got some issues with his past, how he was raised, back off. Suggest to him you go get help. Hey, it's Coach Rod. God bless you. We'll talk soon. If you need coaching, click on the link in the description box. God bless you. We'll talk soon.